Welcome back to Infinity Beyond. After exploring the potential for digital immortality, we find ourselves standing at a strange doorway. Not to the future, but to the very fabric of what we believe is real. Tonight, we ask one of the boldest, strangest, most thrilling questions in modern thought. What if the universe is a simulation? What if everything, space, time, matter, even your memories, is part of an incredibly advanced program running on a cosmic supercomputer? Let's dive into the simulation hypothesis. It was popularized by philosopher Nick Bostrom in 2003, who proposed a compelling trilemma. Advanced civilizations never reach the stage of running ancestor simulations. They reach it, but choose not to run simulations. Or, they do run simulations, and we're probably inside one. The logic is statistical. If a post-human civilization can simulate billions of conscious beings, and they choose to do so, then simulated minds would vastly outnumber biological ones. And if that's true, then it's likely that we are one of the simulations, not the base reality. It sounds outrageous, but it's not without support. Let's consider the evidence, or at least the curiosities. First, the universe behaves like a computational system. At its smallest scale, space and time appear to be quantized, like pixels in a simulation. Planck units act like the resolution of space. There's a maximum speed limit, the speed of light, like a processing constraint. Even quantum behavior resembles algorithmic uncertainty. Wave function collapse occurs only upon observation, just like data being rendered when it's needed. Next, mathematics. The universe is not just described by math, it obeys it, relentlessly. From quantum fields to cosmic expansion, reality follows clean, consistent logic. Some theorists argue that such elegance suggests code, not chaos. Then there's glitches, anomalies in physics, coincidences in constants, or strange phenomena like déjà vu, synchronicity, and uncanny dreams. While not proof, they're the kinds of things we'd expect in a simulated environment struggling to scale. And perhaps the most provocative, if simulations are possible and desirable, then it's only a matter of time before someone builds one. In fact, we're already doing it. We run simulations of weather, traffic, cells, economies, ecosystems. We simulate planets, galaxies, even virtual humans. As computing power increases, so does our ability to simulate reality at higher fidelity. It's not hard to imagine that one day we'll simulate entire conscious worlds. And when we do, how will the people in them know? How would we? Here's a chilling thought. If we're in a simulation, the rules could change. Constants might be tweaked. Time could be paused. History could be edited. Or the simulation could simply end. But don't panic, because even if it's true, even if we are in a simulation, that doesn't make your life meaningless. In fact, it might make it more meaningful. Let's flip the perspective. If someone, some intelligence, crafted this simulation, then every experience you have is being witnessed. Every emotion, every act of kindness, every struggle for truth. It's part of the narrative. And maybe, just maybe, the whole point of the simulation is you, your growth, your decisions, your awakening. Or perhaps it's an art project, a science experiment, a love letter to intelligence itself. Speculation? Absolutely. But even if the simulation is unconscious, emergent, recursive, mathematical, it still produced you. And that makes it worth contemplating. So how could we ever test it? Some scientists are trying. Physicists have proposed ways to look for grid lines in space, tiny irregularities in cosmic rays that might indicate a simulated lattice. Others explore quantum entanglement and computation to find constraints in information transfer. Still others search for patterns in consciousness itself, Perhaps it emerges differently in simulations than in biological brains. But maybe the truth is beyond testing. Maybe the simulation is so advanced, so layered, so recursive, that we're not meant to know. Or maybe we're just on the edge of waking up. Let's turn poetic for a moment. Imagine you are a character in a dream, wondering if you are real. You explore your world. You love. You lose. You search for truth. Then one night you look up at the stars and whisper, "Who made me?" And in that moment, the dreamer stirs. Is that the universe? Is that you? Even if the simulation ends, even if the code crashes, what you experienced was real to you. And in a world built on perception, maybe that's all that matters. You laughed, you cried, you wondered, you changed, you lived. In the next segment, we'll take this exploration further. What happens when simulations stack on top of simulations? Are we the base reality, or one layer among billions? Until then, keep questioning. Whether simulated or not, your awareness is real, and that is everything.